books. In my opinion, still one of the best sources for inspiration out there, especially for artists. In this video, I'll be sharing my 5 favorite art books that every creative person should consider adding to their bookshelf. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced artist, these books offer a wealth of knowledge, techniques, and inspiration to help you grow and develop your art skills. So if you're looking to expand your own art book collection, stay tuned and let's dive into the world of art books. Let's start with Color and Light, a guide for the realist painter by James Gurney. This is a must-have book for any artist looking to improve their understanding of color and light. James Gurney is a renowned artist and illustrator whose art skills are absolutely amazing. In this book, he covers everything from different sources of light to color relationships and breaks down complex concepts into easy-to-understand language. And since there are so many illustrations and examples, it's actually really easy to see how these concepts apply in real-world situations. And he provides lots of practical tips and techniques for applying these concepts in your own work. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced artist, you'll definitely find something valuable in this book. It's a well-written, beautifully illustrated, and incredibly useful resource that you'll find yourself referring to again and again. Highly recommend. Next up is Imaginative Realism, How to Paint What Doesn't Exist, also by James Gurney, which is a deep dive into his creative process. Nowadays, with social media and everything, I feel like we sometimes forget that art is not mass production and that you can't make a fully finished painting every single day. Art takes time, sometimes a few days, but sometimes even a few months or years. This book is a great reminder that art takes time. It shows how much work, especially preparation, can go into a single painting. Whether it's making 3D models, setting up proper lighting, or researching historical facts, this book has it all and helps you to level up your creative process. If you don't know how to translate your ideas onto canvas, this book is for you. Or as the author puts it, this book explores the question of how to paint a realistic picture of something that doesn't exist. What I personally like about it is that it shows how to develop a painting in depth, like the different stages that lead to the finished painting. For example, starting with some thumbnail sketches, taking reference photos, and testing different compositions, color choices, and so on. It's actually also a great reminder that if your first sketch doesn't look right, it doesn't mean that the idea in general wasn't good. Maybe you just need to tweak some things here and there and think a bit outside of the box. Also, the book covers really interesting tips on how to set up your own art studio/workspace and useful tools that can help you in your creative process. That's something that I really appreciate because a proper workspace is so important, even if it's just a small corner in your living room. And last but not least, the illustrations in this book are so inspiring. Sometimes I just flip through the pages to look at the illustrations because they are genuinely fantastic. Another favorite of mine is The Complete Color Harmony Pantone Edition by Leatrice Eiseman. I first came across this book on YouTube, and the moment I saw it, I knew I needed it. The concept of this book is pretty straightforward. After an introduction to color, the book provides you with color palettes organized by mood. The color palettes consist of 2 to 3 colors in a circle, which indicates the approximate proportion of the color you should aim for in your artwork. For example, one main color, a subordinate color, and an accent color. The moods go well beyond the usual happy, romantic, or dark mood. In this book, you will find moods like delicate, rich, nostalgic, extraterrestrial, or reliable. So there is probably a mood for every occasion. I personally really like this book because I sometimes struggle to find a good color scheme, especially when I'm trying to convey a certain mood. That's when this book comes in really handy. Sometimes I'm using a color palette just as it's suggested in the book, and other times I use this book to get a general idea in which direction I'd like to go, and then create my own color palette. Next up are 2 books that are not as widely known, I guess, but I think every artist can get value out of them, whether you like Harry Potter or not. Hear me out. There is one thing you can't deny, no matter if you're a Harry Potter fan or not. The world is visually, absolutely beautifully and amazingly crafted. Whenever I'm watching the movies, I'm so impressed how much love and detail went into building this world. Obviously, this wouldn't have been possible without amazing artists, and this is where these two books come into play. They never fail to inspire me. The Art of Harry Potter. This book is huge. It contains a lot of concept art from all 8 Harry Potter movies and mainly focuses on the general setting of the movies, I would say. Like landscapes, the exterior and interior of Hogwarts Castle, other settings like Diagon Alley, Azkaban, as well as characters and specific scenes of the movies. Since a lot of creative people worked on these movies, this is a collection of art from a lot of different people, which all have their unique art style when it comes to visual storytelling. And this is what makes this book so interesting in my opinion. We probably all know the end result, but we rarely talk about the art that preceded these movies. It's so interesting to see how different artists interpreted the same world. Also, this book is a great resource for learning about composition and color. We all know that composition is key. A well-composed artwork can draw the viewer's eye to the focal point, create a sense of balance and harmony, and convey a specific mood or emotion, or even help to tell a story. And the same applies to the choice of color. Therefore, it's a very good idea to learn about these things as much as possible. And this book provides you with tons of ideas on how to use composition and color in an artwork. And last but not least, The Magic of MinaLima, celebrating the graphic design studio behind the Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts films. What really brings the Harry Potter world to life are all of the little details you encounter in the movies. Whether it's the Hogwarts letter Harry receives in the first movie, the school books, the Marauders map, or all the interesting shop signs and products you can see in Diagon Alley, this was all due to MinaLima, the graphic design studio of Miraflora Mina and Eduardo Lima, who worked their magic on all of the films. This book goes more into the graphic design / prop design direction. Nevertheless, I think it's a fantastic resource for learning how to supplement your drawings and paintings with little details that can completely level up your artwork. In this book, you learn a lot about their creative process and thoughts behind specific design decisions, which I find really helpful because it gives me an idea what to think about before making my own design decisions in an artwork. I actually didn't know this book existed until my boyfriend gifted it to me, but honestly, this book is amazing. But if you really don't want to get a Harry Potter related book, don't worry, there are tons of similar books about other movies out there. For example, the Art of Disney series, which features books like The Art of Frozen, The Art of Moana, or The Art of Encanto. These are books that I really want to get my hands on someday because I heard that they're pretty good. Please let me know in the comments about your favorite art books and which other books I should check out. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye!